And welcome everybody to the internet broadcast system, the Axe and Arcana Dungeons and Dragons game. How's it going, everybody?
Hey,
Doing good.
All right. Can you
So
guys?
good.
I feel like the screen you're seeing is not the right screen.
It's definitely not.
Okay. Give me
I'm on
one
the
sec.
website and it doesn't look good.
Here we go.
So
There's
that's quick
this.
watch now. There it is.
Let me see. I was sharing the wrong screen with you guys. We'll do it this way. Is that
We need to
better?
get some like really good 1980s monster manual versions of ourselves drawn up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to eventually do like different introductions for the different parties because your adventures are now going on different paths.
Oh, wow.
Wait, we're breaking up the gang?
It's
You're breaking up the best friends gang?
the best friends that I've never met.
That's right. The future best friends gang.
If you're just joining us, we are picking up our regularly scheduled game. We are waiting on one of our players, so we are going to look at Velvet the Wizard's character sheet
Velvet!
and update their statistics. So, let's see. Performance mode off. Over here.
There he is.
Hello.
Hey, bud.
Hello!
Welcome to the internet broadcast system. We are
you say
on the
D?
air.
I have to turn off my sound so I'm not.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh.
Velvet, what is your constitution modifier?
Let me see. 15?
Okay. 11, 12, 13, so that's a +2. So you're going to get +6 to your hit points. So you now have 12 hit points. I don't believe your armor or anything else changes, so let's update your stat here. Alright.
Alright.
And then I'm going to ask the same thing of Dusk.
Alright.
Dusk, do you have more hit points now? Oh, he might still be fudging with his stuff.
He has all the hit points now?
He has what?
He has all the hit points now?
All hit points. I'll put that in his character sheet.
Put in.
Everyone.
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, but what are your hit points now?
Let me double check.
And do you know your armor class to double check?
My level 2, right?
Yes, sir.
15.
15 hit points.
15 hit points. Armor class is 12.
Armor class is 12. All right.
I have +2 initiative.
Oh, +2 initiative. And a passive perception of 11. What's your intelligence modifier?
My intelligence bonus.
Yeah.
+2.
Okay. Where's the wisdom? I don't know. All right, here we go. Upgrading Dusks. There we
Upgrade
go.
complete.
Malfunction. Dusk. Here we go. I don't have the soundboard on today. but that'll be okay.
I will be okay.
Does too. I will be just fine. And then, so is everybody's new information look correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Where are we looking?
On the side where your names are?
Wait, the
yeah.
second number is my hit point, right?
Yeah,
What's that?
Okay, cool.
I could do that. I'm gonna relay
Oh.
all this out at some point.
I missed the first line. My bad.
No worries, bud. It's not laid out the best. As a graphic designer, I know I can do better. I've shamed you all.
I like it.
Thank
I
you.
believe it.
I have dishonored my family.
All right, so we are
There it
all
is.
here. We can close this. Bring the dice on over. All right. So we will recap where we started. You guys went on a series of missions for Barris the Wizard.
Right.
Investigating various underworld dealings. You guys started to put together a pattern of some sort of dragon trade going on. You followed a series of clues that led you to want to go investigate the Safflower Fields. Upon approaching the Safflower Fields, you found an abandoned set of ruins, some sort of ritualistic site. You searched around and investigated when in teleported 3 figures, some of whom you have seen before. There was a brief scuffle, but one of the hooded figures got to the temple, incanted a ritual, and the symbol of the eye that was there sort of manifested real, blinked, and the next thing you know, you were in your current surroundings. The air is heavy with humidity. There's dense foliage all around you, insects whirring, and then you heard the massive booming roar of some sort of creature off in the distance, and that is where we left off. So you all kind of come to and just see the 3 of you. There's no sign of the ruins. There's no sign of Torin. You don't see any of the cloaked figures who are around you. Just you 3 and this new jungle around you.
Holy crap! Where's Torin? Why isn't he here? Why?
Oh, wait, Torin's character's on there, though. That's my bad. Let me take... Oh, do I have somebody marked?
You don't have me.
Tokens.
Yep.
We're in me.
They're in
Okay.
you.
Whale.
I think
What are you thinking, buddy?
Well, I mean, we've all of a sudden been teleported to this thing. I think I'm gonna look for and we heard a roar. I'm gonna look for something to hide behind, so I can scope out what that was.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, Master Dusk.
Alrighty. By the way, I'm using real die today.
Perfect. Love
instead
it.
of real die, I actually found them. So
I'm doing the same also.
awesome. That's a 10.
So you duck into some shrubberies.
Wait, well, you said a stealth check, right?
Yes, sir.
10 plus 2, so 12.
12. Waddle and Velvet, you see Dusk jump into the foliage, and Velvet, you're unable to see him. Waddle, you can just sort of make him out. You feel tucked
Well-
away into the shrubs, and you'd like to then do what?
Can I light a ball of flame in my hand to sort of help illuminate?
To do what?
To help sort of like illuminate so I can see better?
It
I'm not going to
is.
burn anything down.
No, it feels very humid, very wet. It's not lit darkly. You're outside.
Alright.
The area you were in, there was like a choking fog around it, but now here it's pretty bright and warm.
Bright warm.
I guess I want to look. I want to look around for like any kind of dominant features or anything like kind of landmarkish.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we should do. We should try to figure out where we are and what's going on.
Everybody can roll me perception checks.
Perception.
And what die is that?
That is a 20-sided die.
Okay.
10 plus 2.
12.
12.
12.
I rolled
12. Magic.
12 plus 1, so
12, 13, and Velvet. You should.
13.
You rolled a 13, and then on the left side of your character sheet, you'll see skills, and you should have a perception bonus, I believe.
Skills build.
Is it, I think 10, is that right?
No. So here, let's see.
I might not have it on me.
All right. Does your character sheet look like this?
No, I don't know where that is.
Okay.
I have something else.
What is your wisdom score, bud?
It is a 10.
It is a 10. Okay, so it'll be plus 0. So whatever you rolled will be the score.
Okay.
So a 10, a 12, and a 13, as you guys are all scoping out the area around you to try to make sense of where you are. Dusk, were you also kind of peeking around from the bushes in which you are sitting?
yeah, I'm trying to kind of gauge like what's going on. Maybe take a closer look at the fauna that I just crouched next to try and maybe figure out where we are, where we're from, where we ended up. I mean,
all right, so you are hidden in a berry bush of sorts. It's got 8 or 9 berries growing on it that look ripe. And they're an orange hue, and they don't look like any berries you remember ever seeing.
well, I'm not one to eat strange berries, so I'm going to leave that alone. I haven't heard any other roars or anything like that, right?
No.
Is there any place I could climb up higher to get advantage of where we are?
Sure. There's a tree you're kind of hiding in the base of that. You could take a round or two and shimmy your way up to the top.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah. All right. So Dusk is going to start to shimmy on up. Waddle, you said you were going to try to get an idea of.
Yeah, I just want to look around a little bit. I mean, like, actually get my bearings.
Hop on my back.
I'll jump up on your back.
You want to shimmy up the tree also?
I was going to suggest Waddle to do it before Death.
Well, you should have before you did it.
You could shimmy up another tree.
Yeah, shimmy up another tree for me. I don't want to be in the same tree as Velvet.
Dusk.
Dusk. Velvet.
And Velvet. Velvet was doing just a good around search.
Yeah, just walking around, looking, observing. Now
Uh,
watching you climb a tree.
you kind of walk the perimeter, and the the foliage looks as dense in every direction as it does where you are. You can't really get a peek of a skyline from where you are.
Hmm.
Um, Dusk and Velvet, you guys start to shimmy up to the top of the tree, and boop.
Boop. Whoa!
Whoa.
So you kind of see out. You see breaks
Oh, neat.
and stuff. I don't know. You guys aren't necessarily where you are on here, but this is kind of.
Those volcanoes?
You see smoke in the distance. You're sort of
Oh,
in a
geez.
you're in a valley, and there's hills rolling up all around you, but you do see columns
Yeah.
of smoke.
Guys, I see smoke to the north.
Oh, and to the north, yeah.
To the south. I guess southwest and northwest, sort of. From up on the extreme.
So to give you an idea of scale, each of these, do you see the little hexagons on here?
Yeah.
Represents 10 miles.
Whoa.
1 day's of just standard traveling.
Oh God!
Wow. Okay.
Is there any fast travel in D&D?
So tonight we're doing an old-fashioned survival randomized night.
Whoa.
So looking around you, knowing how the world works, you're like, I'm gonna need to survive.
Okay. Let's go find water, I guess.
Do any of you have survival skills?
I think I do.
Um,
Oh, yeah, I do. I got like a +4 in survival.
Do you guys want to shimmy on back down the tree?
Yeah, and I also want to go pick those berries that Dusk deigned not to.
fine, you can have those stupid berries. I don't want them.
Those are my berries. And I'm not going to share them with you.
I don't want you to. You little mouse creature.
Yeah. So you pick 9 of these little orange berries. Go ahead and write that on your sheet.
I'm going to.
I will say it's 10. It's 10 of them.
Good round number.
You found another one. Alrighty. So
I think we should go towards water, right? Like, that's what they always say. Go towards water.
I agree.
Survivalist.
So would the person who is going to navigate the group please make me a wisdom survival check?
Uh-oh.
No, not me. I like that.
I got a pretty high wisdom.
I think you said you had a +4 on your survival, right?
Yeah. I'll do that.
So you
Unless you
should
wanna do
probably
it fast.
navigate, my buddy.
Uh-oh. All right, let's do it. 17!
Nice.
Nice.
So +4. Which is like level up status.
So Waddles, his toes kind of grip the dirt to get a feel. He puts his ear against a tree. You know, he tastes some sap. He gets a feel for the wind. And he discerns heading to the right is downhill, and water usually follows gravity downhill and determines that that would be the direction for you guys to head to find water.
Okay.
Oops. All right.
Yeah, I think we should follow the survivalist here. I mean, I'm not used to woods and forests. I'm used to more, fields
Bar-
for music
Bar,
festivals.
pub scene.
But there's something about this place it's sort of brutal, right? Like the heat's kind of oppressive, and
It's really,
it's
it's got this like real primal quality to it that is fairly inspirational.
you feel inspired by the songs of survival. You see like massive fire ants being destroyed on branches.
I can feel my loot expanding in the heat.
Wow.
Oh my!
I very slowly peel my robes off to reveal my muscular.
Are your robes also expanding in the heat?
I feel like Velvet's just got like a giant man diaper hanging out under those robes, though.
It's just soaked.
Beanie, thank you.
Alrighty. So you guys are going to head east. The jungle's thick. There's no sign of roads, so it is slow trudging along. 20 minutes after, it's Swamp Butt City.
I'm gonna. I'd like to pull out my whistle stick while we're trudging along and use it to try and mimic some of the weird like bird noises that we hear.
Love it. All right. So you guys are traveling. Let us see what you run into. This is the fate of nature here determining your night. So we have, look at that, a 69.
Nice.
Nice. Nerds. All right. We are, here we go. Looking at my chart here. Ooh. Alrighty. So you are making your way through the jungle. There's once or twice you've almost put your hand on a snake, thinking it was a vine. But due to Waddle's excellent navigation, you come upon some figures in the woods.
Some figures.
Some
Oh Jesus!
Oh, hi-oh.
Oh wow, okay.
So these fellas don't seem to notice you. You've kind of come to a bluff
Wow, spooky boys.
here, and then I've taken it upon myself to make larger versions for visual reference based on the official art.
Nice.
Officially spooky.
All right, I immediately stopped playing the whistle stick once I noticed them.
Yeah, I kind of look over at him like, shut up, kill it.
Yep, I stopped.
Everyone telling him, shut up, just shut up.
All right. Token. All right. So, what would your party like to do? Upon seeing in the distance, apparently unknowing of your presence, 3 shambling skeletons, covered in moss and vine, and they're sort of just slowly shambling along together.
Let's go the other way.
Maybe we could try and. Where are they? They're shambling in a particular direction. Maybe we could get them to shamble away from us by throwing something, or like I'd be willing to throw. Do I have anything to throw?
I guess you'd have to look around for it, something to throw.
I can also do a minor illusion, maybe distract them away from us. Do like a
Oh.
walk.
Yeah, just use your mage hand and just like point in a direction in front of them.
Just
That
use the mage hand to create a weird arrow sign pointing in the other direction.
What's unusual about them is they don't look similar. They're vaguely humanoid, but they don't look like the skeletons of all humans necessarily. Some of them are squat and stout. One of them has tusks. It looks like a conglomerate of skeletons.
Oh.
They've all been forestized, or
No, they're not like they're turning into a forest, but they're not of like the same army or the same troop. They're different people undead together.
Undead
They've
people.
just been here a long time.
I guess
Hashtag undead together.
does it look like they're in any kind of like form of organization, or are they just kind of like wandering around like, hey dudes, what's up?
There doesn't seem to be any sort of pattern to what they're doing. They're just kind of roaming.
And we can. I want to look around, see if there's anything around us, like a building or even a camp, or anything that could suggest maybe more of them.
Roll me a perception check there, Master Wizard.
20.
What?
No, roll is it 20-sided die?
Yes, sir.
Oh
Yeah.
The majority of the times when you roll, that's what you'll be rolling.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I roll an 18.
Let's see. You're trying to see if there's any signs of other people, other skeletons, other...
They have a camp, or there's anything that resembles, I don't know, something more, or more of them.
That's a real good question there, Wizard. That's a real good question. No, it's good. I want to find you a good answer is what I want. Let me see. No, I don't feel like you notice any other signs of like an encampment or anything here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure how familiar you are. So, we talked about, but I don't think we ever decided. You get to pick your school of magic. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think so.
So, depending on which school of magic you picked, there could be answers. Does that make sense?
Right.
Do you want to revisit those real quick?
He's saying if you're a necromancer, dude.
Necromancer?
That was one of the options.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty good choice right about now.
No, it doesn't have to be. I just, at some point, that choice, we're going to have to make that choice.
I don't like making choices.
So are we like 100 and something feet away from them, or?
No, these squares 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 56, 75 feet away.
75-ish.
But there's noise of creatures everywhere, and they don't look particularly bright.
And they don't have eyeballs.
That's correct. They do not have eyeballs.
Hey.
I looked at my eyeballs and saw that.
But so Velvet, there's like the School of Illusion, the School of Conjuration, Enchantment, Necromancy, Transmutation,
Ooh, transmutation. Like I can. Is that like turning?
Modifying energy and matter. To you, the world is not a fixed thing, but eminently immutable, and you delight in being an agent of change.
That is kind of cool.
So at second level, which you are, you can take minor alchemy, which allows you to change the physical properties of non-magical objects, changing them from one substance to another.
I caught about every other word of that.
Oh, was I too far away from my microphone? Maybe
Cutting out a little bit.
I'm cutting out a lit.
It sounds
No.
good now. It sounds good
Just
now.
been.
I hope it's not happening again.
It's happening.
Ooh.
We'll let you know if your voice sounds like your testicles dropped.
All right, thank you. That's what happened last time. Let's close photo Illustrator. So transmutation is the school of change. If you took it immediately, you would get minor alchemy, which is changing materials from one to another.
Yeah, one thing to the next.
At 10th level, you get polymorph, which is a shape-shifting spell.
Whoa.
See, that's what I was thinking.
It's a little
what are my other choices? I like necromancy. Is there anything after transmutation?
Enchantment, like enchanting people and creatures. Conjuration, which is producing objects and creatures out of thin air.
Is that different from what I can do now? The minor illusions, it's like real creatures.
It's like focusing on a school of specifics. Like, do you want to be the person? You can be a generalist, or you can say, from now on, I'm going to focus on just fireballs and energy spells, or I'm just going to summon monsters to fight for me, or I'm going to raise skeletons to fight for me, or I'm going to shapeshift the battlefield, or
I like that.
you've got abjuration, which is like protection spells. You're going to be kind of buffing people.
Being a buffer.
I like this picture-in-picture window you got going.
Yeah, I do too.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to have to...
What do you guys think?
Shoot, dude, that's a life decision. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to pick it now, but in the near future, we will have to...
If he picks it now, does he get to use this stuff?
Yeah, if he has it now, but it's one of those...
Whoa, he's got to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he waits till level 3, can he retroactively gain perks from level 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
and like I'm okay with you trying something out, and if it's like, well, this isn't what I wanted, there's retraining options, you know.
Gotcha.
As long as it's not like, hey, you're changing every other week, you know.
Right.
Every school.
But I don't think that's going to be the option. So, yes, you are in the distance. You feel like if you wanted to, you could avoid these guys probably pretty easily. If you wanted to engage with them, you could. If you wanted to follow them, you could.
Right.
You guys want to fight him, or you want to?
They're going downhill, right? That looks like water they're walking through.
I don't think they would have anything to do with water. But maybe they're like, I don't know if they're just like hanging out alone, just by themselves, or if they're part of a bigger.
They're kind of doing like a zombie roam.
I think we should follow their trail of where they came from. If they're shambling, maybe they left some kind of like, maybe they left like a path of broken twigs and leaves, and we can at least like see where they came from.
Or like lost body parts.
Yeah, maybe they dropped some stuff along the way. They're a bunch
Like
of mindless, shambling nothing. But
Do you want to follow them, or do you want to trace their trail backwards?
Yeah.
I was suggesting we trace their trail back.
Yeah, that's what he was suggesting.
Okay, let's do that.
I hope they don't surprise us, but yeah, I'm down.
All right, cool. Yeah, we can do that. So, you guys,
Wait.
what's
Yeah.
up?
Nope. Nope. We decided.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Adventure.
Yeah, you bypass the skeletons in Dungeons and Dragons. That counts as a successful encounter. Okay, Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. So, we got our survivalist in the group, right?
Yeah.
I will need
leading
you.
the way.
I will need you to make me a new check to follow the trail upon
Follow
which the shambling skeletons to trace their route.
Okay. What am I rolling against? Just 20 and a
It's
plus what?
it's your
survival?
you can do survival, you can do investigation, you could do perception. I could see a
Great.
case for all of them.
Survival's my best. Let's roll survival.
And this is like so there's going to be times in this game. It was going to be tonight, but not tonight, where you will get to kind of determine your skills and how they work. Like if you can make a good case for it that makes sense, I'll let you use the skill.
That makes sense.
So, what would you...
Well, I rolled a majestic 8.
An 8.
So 12.
Alright, let's do this. And that is a 10. Alright. Let's go to my chart right here.
Let's look at the boards.
All right. So you follow the trail up path 20 or 30 minutes. You feel like the skeletons probably would have taken much longer than that, given the rate of their shuffle. Just off the path, you find the rotting body of a giant frog with the blade of a short sword poking out of its back.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's metal.
I take the short sword.
So as you go to pull the short sword, you start pulling and realize it's attached to something in the frog.
Oh.
Shit.
It's not budging, but it's...
Let's open up that mouth and see what we can see inside.
Okay.
Waddle opens
okay.
the mouth of the frog, and you see the top of a head partially digested.
Ugh. Wait, so did they stab through the frog into the head?
It looks like a giant frog was digesting a halfling who was trying to fight his way out, and they both lost the battle.
Huh. I guess
Wow.
I'm trying to tell, like, whether the halfling was one of the was it like those shambling creatures, and should we avoid touching them for fear of dying?
How big is this frog?
It's a giant frog.
Big enough to eat a person.
God,
A halfling,
it's my biggest fear.
which Waddle is. You start to realize you're the same size as the creature. You get the impression that maybe this giant frog tried to eat a shambling, like a skeleton of a halfling.
Wow.
So at some point there was probably 4 of those creatures that walked by, but
Wow.
you only saw 3 of them.
So, can I do any investigation on the what's left of the body, just to gain any extra knowledge from it?
It just seems to be another of these raised creatures.
So I reach in, I guess, and I just try to get that skull off of that sword so that dust can pull it free.
You're able to move it, and the sword pulls free.
All right, then. Mission accomplished. Let's go home.
It's a smaller spiked sword. It's a little rusty, but it's not a bad short sword, honestly.
Nice.
You should kill it. You should name it Frog Slayer.
I agree, actually.
You could do that, right?
I think that's brutal as hell. I name it frogs.
All right, write that down on your sheet, and you have Frog Slayer now. Alrighty, so you
All
guys
right.
will continue up the path. Oh, did the music stop? Oh, it moved to the next one.
Frog Slayer.
And there's still no sign of Waddles. I'm sorry, Waddles.
Torin.
Dang it, Torin. Long week.
Long.
Long week. Long,
Long.
stupid week.
A stupid year.
Yep. What were you saying? How many years can we fit in 1 year?
Yeah.
All the years.
All of the years.
Everyone.
And it's only halfway over.
We heard at the same time.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
All right, let's
Perception
see.
check.
Yeah, can you believe the year's already like about halfway over?
I
Yeah,
cannot, but at the same time, it
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
we're getting close to the singularity. That's why. Time is affecting differently. All right, so we are continuing you up the path. Travel distances. You will eventually come to a river. I don't have a river map on here. But yeah, after 3 or 4 hours of trekking, you come across a small stream.
A stream.
Sweet. Do we have anything that can carry water?
Yeah, we should have water skins, all of us.
Yeah.
Mine's full of old tepid water from like the last whole adventuring.
Tepid water from the. Where was it? In
Safflower fields.
the safflower fields. Where did you get tepid water from?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't. I was just saying it's probably been a long time since I
Oh.
even.
He's being dramatic.
I gotcha. Let's fix this. Down here. I need some.
Oh, look at
Oops. Sorry.
It's beautiful.
I accidentally logged out.
It's alright. I need some coffee.
Coffee.
Ooh, I'm drinking coffee right now.
That sounds wonderful.
Rub it in.
7:45.
If I rub it in, I can't drink it, Brandon.
Ooh, checkmate. Alrighty, so you have come to a river passing in the jungle. It's not too deep. It's about ankle deep, but it's flowing.
Ankle deep for a human.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be probably up to your thighs on a halfling, maybe.
That's pretty deep.
You can hold my hand while we cross.
You hear faint roars in the distance.
Which distance? Just
Every distance.
All the
Oh,
distance.
listen. Does the stream look like it's got any predators in it, or looking around it?
Predators.
Gross, weird
No.
stuff.
Streams attract all kinds of wildlife.
I can carry you on my shoulders.
Deal.
There we go.
Can I throw him across the stream?
Throw us both across.
5, 10 feet.
I just mentioned
It'd be a pretty.
I'm just gonna dog paddle across.
No, I'll float on my back and you can ride on my belly.
With the paw berry.
Let's see.
Paul. With people.
I forgot what the word or the lyric was. Raw paw. If you like a paw.
Raw paw.
Let's see. Who was searching for some sort of creatures here?
That was me.
Give me another looky roll there, bud. Let's see what you see.
It's a 4 plus 4, I guess. So 8.
8.
Yeah.
An 8.
I mean, that's a modified 4.
That's okay, because it doesn't take much to notice there's like a wild boar kind of rutting around, rutting, R-U-T-T-I-N-G, on the bank, getting water. It notices you. It seems tense, but not like it's going to attack. It's just sort of being territorial.
Uh-oh.
That looks like dinner. I bet that'd go good with these berries I got.
Is that what we want to do?
You do feel your stomach starting to rumble. It has been about 4 or 5 hours of heavy, hard walking in this humid climate. You feel like it's like wet blankets kind of pushing on you at all times, and you're starting to notice the weight of sweat that's left your body, and you're feeling a hunger start to take hold.
Did you say that was a boar in front of us?
Yeah. Rutting around in the water, looking territorial, but not like it wants to attack, just making its presence known.
Right. I mean, I'm getting hungry.
Get it.
I have a crossbow.
Oh, yeah, use that.
Okay.
Fire that.
I'm going to fire my crossbow right at him.
Roll me a d20.
A place that hasn't had much other.
I rolled a 7.
Plus your dexterity modifier, plus your proficiency bonus.
I don't have that information on me.
You rolled a 7?
I rolled a 7, yeah.
What is your dexterity?
Dexterity's a 13.
11, 12, 13. Okay, so you probably will not hit. So you fire your crossbow at the boar and miss, and it looks pissed and looks like it wants to charge. And so now we can roll for some initiative as you see the wild boar get ready to come at you.
Well,
So this is,
Yes.
we roll our d20.
That's a 14.
I keep rolling 4s.
We need to get you guys all some new dice, I think.
Probably.
So the boar
Yeah,
rolled an 11.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a
I got a
1,
four.
Waddle?
Yeah.
Velvet?
Yeah.
I rolled a 14.
Oh, nice. You're going first.
Waddle, what did you roll?
Another 4.
Those are actual d20s you're rolling, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure, bud. Just making sure. It's not one of the Magic the Gathering d20s, right?
No, these are legitimate D20s.
Yeah, you get you a new one.
Legitimate
You
bad.
get you a new one.
All right, I got another one. I'll try.
All
Here
right.
in a minute.
Dusk, you witness Velvet fire a crossbow at hopefully your next meal, and it misses. The boar looks upset and ready to charge, but you are quick enough to act first.
Okay. I'm going to
Wrestle it.
really. Am I able to throw a short sword?
Yeah, you can. It's going to be an improvised weapon, but yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's an improvised action, essentially, basically like, kind of like an angry, like damn it action to Velvet missing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna chuck Frog Slayer directly at the boar's face.
So
Be
D20 plus your strength modifier because you're throwing it.
My strength modifier is 0, but that is it's a 10.
Not bad.
Not bad. You throw it, but wind and a blade You know, it just doesn't quite flow through the air the way you wanted it to.
Right.
You got a move action if you have any bonuses actions.
Well, I mean, I'm the most intimidating of these two folks, so I'm gonna stand in front of this boar, and I'm gonna run in front of my friends and stand in front of them, face the boar, and roar at him with bardic rage.
Face the boar and roar, bud.
All right, let me hang on. I want to find a thing here.
Face the board.
Bardic rage. Are you making like an intimidation check?
Yes. So that's a 16. Oh yes, 16 plus 4. So that's a 20, and I'm going to say dang it, I can't find. I thought of some good lyrics.
Just sing what's in your heart, man.
All right, this dude's at disadvantage.
Okay, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna roar at him with rage. I'm gonna roar. We are grave. We are the graves. We will all die. Maybe the sawgrass did feel burnt Confederate steel, spoiled milk on the grave. And then that's it. I'm just gonna intimidate him with that.
You come forth and do this boisterous, deep primal yell at it, and it seems frightened by the things you've yelled at it.
Right.
It has disadvantage on checks and attack rolls while you are in its sight, and it cannot willingly move closer to you.
I guess I have vicious mockery. Is that essentially what I did to it here, or
No, this
did I
is
just intimidate it?
that was just an intimidation check.
Okay, cool.
All right, we will make that the boar's turn. It cannot move to you because it is frightened. It's gonna run off.
Oh
no!
I knew that was gonna happen. Way to go, Dusk. I also throw a sword into the river.
I look at Waddle with contempt from now on. I just possess contempt for Waddle.
Oh.
For his mocking reactions.
Oh, right. So dinner has run off. You could attempt to chase it if you want. I'm not saying you can't do that. If you guys would like to pursue the boar, you can, or if you'd like to continue on this way.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I feel like we should focus on where we're going to.
Well, you guys were looking for a water source, so you found the water source.
Yeah. Let's fill up our skins, boys.
Yeah.
Let's fill up our skins full of
All right.
liquid.
So,
Oh, Brian, another thing. This doesn't have to happen today, but whenever you get a chance to update my icon with my new drawing, that'd be great.
Oh, where did you send that in?
I sent it
in the chat.
Oh, you
last
did.
week.
That's right. You did. Yes, look at that.
But I can post it to
I got
the
it.
Discord again.
I got it right here. Didn't I? I could have sworn I updated it. It might be that my app cookied it. Let's see. It kind of does that. Let's see. Browse. Bring this this over here so nobody can see. Desktop, D&D, assets, tokens, BC. I did. Yeah,
Whoa!
it just reverted to the old version.
Oh,
Oh
sick.
wow! Oh,
Oh
that's
no, it reverted to the old version of the drawing.
Oh, this is a full. Yep. Okay, wait. No, maybe I didn't do it right.
It's okay. We don't have to do
All
it
right.
now. It's just
something looks different about you, Dusk. This looks like you. I don't know. This light, you look a little different. I don't think I've ever seen you this way before.
this is the true me.
So
The me that I've always wanted to be.
you guys, you get water in your like your rain catchers, but it does look sort of gnarly.
It's gnarly water.
Like bad water.
Yeah, like you're not sure if you would just drink it.
We should probably boil it then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I can set a small fire
do that now, or-
to get the
I
fire.
feel like we
started.
should keep going. I mean, unless
So-
you guys want to set up a camp.
You're getting the feeling like the sun's getting real low, big fella.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh gosh.
You feel like you're at a spot where there's water, and your survivalist knows animals come to drink water. So if you were going to set up a place for camp, this would probably be a decent time and location to do so.
Okay.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Uh,
Boil up some water.
I mean, in this little patch, northeast of where we're standing,
Mhm.
there's like a little hollow. It looks like. Would that be It's like right off the path. Seems like there's a decent amount of cover to the entrance. Maybe we'd be okay hiding in there, camping in there.
Up in that top right little nook.
I was thinking the left, top left, but
Yeah. Yeah, you do feel that.
or have we crossed the river? Is there more to do down there?
I feel like we should stay by the water and not be close to all the dense trees and bushes and stuff in case there's something in there. I think we should stay right by the water. It's kind of open, and that way one of us can like sort of keep watch and always just monitoring ourselves.
Wait, you want to set up our camp in the wide open?
I kind of do, yeah. That way we can have an opportunity to see if anyone's coming. I feel like being too close to all the dense woods and bushes is not a good idea.
You guys all have, I believe you have adventurer packs that came with your character, so you've all got bedrolls, so you don't have to sleep in the same place if you don't.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm definitely not going to sleep in the wide open. So
Well, thanks for bringing attention to the group.
he's still
pretty-
pumped from that boar.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, I'm pumped as hell. I'm gonna be chilling, hiding, playing a song of rest. If you can't hear me, that's not my problem. So
Waddles, where would you like to go?
I mean, are we just all splitting up and camping in different corners?
You can stay with me. It's fine. We can hang out and eat gummy bears.
with me. Wait, you got gummy bears?
I got gummy bears.
They're like illusions of gummy bears.
Free
Little
candy
smell in
bears.
my hand.
I got these orange berries I should probably
yeah.
look at and do some wilderness investigation on before we split up, and then maybe I can split them with you guys or something. I don't know.
If you guys want to set up camp, you can set up wherever you want, and then you give me the order of who's staying up and keeping watch. We will call this, you guys are taking what is a long rest. It's 8 hours. As long as somebody's keeping an eye out in shifts, you're able to get the full benefits of your rest. And then during that time, you can check out your berries, boil your water. So
cool.
if you would, who would stay up on watch first? Who would be watch second? And who would be the last watch?
I'll be first watch.
I'll be second watch.
I'll be last watch.
All right.
That's gonna be a hard shift, though. Then we gotta go marching through the woods right away.
But that means you get to go to sleep like pretty immediately, which is the nice thing. All right. So you guys unroll your packs. It's kind of hard to find a stationary spot because there's bugs everywhere. You rake out some dirt so you can set your fire ready. Dusk leans up in his corner and starts fiddling his tunes of healing. Waddle.
I'm playing my whistle stick again, trying to mimic birds.
That's uncomfortable.
It's what?
It's uncomfortable playing with your stick. It's fine.
I play with my stick. I play with my stick whenever I'm alone. So.
Believe you.
Let's see. Dusk, you're going to learn to mimic the song of... We're going to find you a bird. Very specific bird. But you start working on one. There's one very gorgeous sound. You love the trill, and the octave's just perfect. And so you dedicate your time to learning to mimic this one specific bird you hear. Next we had Waddle, who wanted to, before he goes to sleep, wanted to check out his berries.
Check out them berries.
Check out them berries.
Velvet, one of your spell, you're able to produce fire, so you get a fire going pretty easily.
Yes, I'm gonna make a fire for the camp, and I'm gonna boil some water.
Excellent. So you guys are successfully stave off dehydration. I was keeping track of that.
Okay.
Good job.
You feel so much better. You guys were feeling hangry, but you were thangry, which is thirsty angry. So some of the tensions kind of washed away with that drink. Boy, I'm trying to find that damn bush.
Kate bush?
I had it right here.
Kate Bush, should we be running up the hill?
Or
See what
running
you
up
did
that
there.
building? Exactly.
Rare plants. Okay, it was a The charts in this book are everywhere. I think it was a Cinda berry. FGHHAKLMQR. It's in a different.
Cinderberry.
All right. So they can be eaten raw, or you can crush them up and add them to a drink, if you would like. They're Waddle.
Yeah.
So you're looking at them. You feel like to get the full potency of whatever they do, you'll have to eat all of them at once. You can eat them raw, or you can mash them up. You do not. They do not look toxic. You're not sure what they do, but you know that they don't seem like they're poisonous of any sorts.
Cool.
Would you like to partake of them, or do you just want to hold on to them?
I guess I want to hold on to them for now, unless we're like super starving.
Cool.
Maybe there's a chance we can throw more swords at boars.
What's up,
Yeah,
Velvet?
Just real quick, is anyone else having Brian's audio go kind of in and out a little bit, or is it just me?
A little bit, but it often comes back and he just talks really fast and it catches up.
Okay.
I think, yeah. I think I know what it is. I need to get a second machine.
Okay.
It's like there's so much going on my computer all at once.
Right.
All right. So you guys will settle in for the night. As the sun starts to go down, it gets darker earlier than you would expect because you're in a valley surrounded by peaks and what you assume are volcanoes in the distance. So nightfall happens earlier than you would expect. The temperature dips, but it never gets cold. It stays in like the 70s, and that warmth presence is always there. As the sun dips down, the sound of the insects and the creatures in the trees start to get louder. Velvet is on the first watch. Velvet, will you roll me a 20-sided die?
Okay.
And let me know.
I rolled a 15.
You roll a 15, and your watch is uneventful.
Huzzah.
You stay up for a few hours. Nothing seems to happen. You go and wake Dusk up for Dusk's shift, and you tuck away for the night. Dusk, it's the middle of the night in a strange jungle, and you are charged with keeping watch on the party. Would you roll me a 20-sided die?
Certainly. That is an 8.
You roll an 8, and your watch is also uneventful. A few hours pass, and you wake Waddle up. Waddle, it's your turn. You're the final watch of the night. As Dusk goes to bed, you are charged with keeping an eye on the party. Would you roll me a 20-sided die?
Oof. It's a 3.
And your watch also goes without event. Nothing exciting happened in the night. You all wake
But I
up.
did have to listen to them snore.
Yeah. So you guys wake up refreshed. Your hit points are all back. Any spells you might have spent are back. But you do feel the pangs of hunger in your stomach.
Well, that's nice.
Let's see. So, what would you like to do?
Let's see if maybe we can find another. Not mess it up this time.
I could do that. Maybe we could fish if anybody's got fishing equipment.
Don't have that.
Don't.
Some of the adventurer kits might have had something, or you could try to think of another way.
Oh.
I have a day's worth of rations.
Oh,
We can
We
do that.
should all have a day's worth of rations at least.
Oh yeah, I see that now too. Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's eat our rations and then go.
Okay.
all right. You guys,
So we should be on the lookout for any sort of small animals we can hunt.
Yes, now we will be on the lookout for food.
excellent.
Oh wow, I can actually check off that we ate the rations in the Beyond page.
Wait, how? Because I'm trying to do that.
You just click on the rations tab.
Ooh,
I don't know.
cats.
It popped up. Yeah,
Oh, I
20
see.
pounds of rations. Is 20 pounds like a day's worth of rations?
It's got to be more than one day's work.
Yeah, I would think it's more.
Oh, it's 21 day.
21 days.
So 20 days worth of rations.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, wait. It says 10. Sorry. It's 10, but it was 20 pounds. I see that.
So wait, 10, 20 times is 200.
No.
Is it rice? Is it 200 pieces of rice?
You're doing it wrong. No, there's 10 pieces, 10 portions, but they weigh a total of 20 pounds.
2 pounds each.
Yeah.
Zang.
I'm just going to check off that we ate. I ate one ration.
Oh, I only had one ration, so I
Real?
ate 2 pounds of rations.
Yeah, I ate rations too.
Yep. Did you even have them?
I don't know.
I think we all started with it. We just haven't eaten any of them yet. So I
Yeah.
think we're
Yeah.
good.
No.
So
Sure.
Well, when your backgrounds give you starter packs, so there's generally some food in there.
right.
But you guys made it through, and it's all good. Well, so a lot of times it's not a thing you think of until you need it, right? Which is sort
Right.
of how food works in the real world.
True. We should
Unless
still
you're
think
bored
about
and
having
hungry.
some food. We should really think.
So, you guys are able to kind of get a bearing of where you are. You seem to be in the center of this basin.
Basin.
Hmm. Yeah, but we're like in the real wooded area.
Big old Mason Basin.
It looks like there's a lake in the middle. When I climbed up on that tree the other day, it looked like there was a clearing in the middle.
Well, are we heading towards the volcanoes? Or...
This is your adventure, Master Wizard.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go?
I
Waddle,
thought
where
we
are
were
we
going to
heading?
the volcano. Where...
Waddle wants to head to the volcano, or Velvet, I mean.
Yes, but Waddle agrees with me. Right, Waddle?
I don't know. I want to fill out the group. What do you think, Dusk?
You want to go to the lake?
definitely
You're trying to
more-
go. You're trying to keep going lower. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to think if
better
there's
chance of
anything I can
survival
do.
continuing.
Is there anything I can do to give us like a sense of direction here?
Or maybe even just what's our game plan? Like, are we touring? Are we looking out of here? Are we trying to figure out? Are we just trying to survive? Like, what?
We have to find. Well, we're mainly looking for Torin right now.
Where do you think Torin would head?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Well, he's a dwarf. I would think he'd head towards the mountain.
Yeah,
That's
towards the
true.
mountains.
Towards the
Yeah,
mountain.
should we be
All right.
heading north?
That's my 2 pence.
Well, so there's volcanoes to the north and to the west of you. There's volcanoes closer to the west of you.
Well, we should go to what's closer because who wants?
I guess we might as well go to the ones closer to us.
Yeah.
Waddle, do you have an objection?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
object,
Waddle.
but conscientiously.
Oh. What's up?
I just feel like we should go with the flow down to the basin a bit more. I mean, we're so close to the basin, we can always head back to the volcanoes after we're well stocked. And
Well.
unless you guys really want to go to the volcanoes, we'll go to the volcanoes.
Well, like what you know,
Put it that
we
way.
were on the adventure to find a dragon or something, right? Like we were looking for a dragon, and now we're in this weird place. We don't know how we got here. So I mean, I don't know if we're still looking for this dragon. Like, should we keep going to the basin or should we go to the volcano? Where
Well,
the
if we want to go to the basin just to stock up, I would do that. Yeah, I want to go to the volcano.
I mean, I think we all want to go to the volcano eventually.
Okay, well then, yeah, the basin's a good idea. Waddle makes a good point. Check it out.
Where is this? Will you all make me perception checks?
So what?
Will you make me perception checks?
Oh no!
Rolled an 8.
I rolled a 15
I rolled a 12.
plus 2, 17. Are you guys adding your bonus modifier?
The bonus. Let me see. You gotta make it a 10. Has the stream ended?
I sure hope not. Why? Does it look like it's down?
I don't see it.
Yeah.
I can
Well-
see Brian rolling.
I'm like, I don't see it anymore.
It's, I can see it on Twitch, but I don't see it on Discord.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen it on Discord the whole game.
Oh, I'm sorry. It might
There it is.
have dropped. Sorry about that.
No
That's
worries.
alright.
All right, so Velvet rolled a 10, and then everybody else rolled above a 13.
Definitely.
I rolled a 12.
So, okay, 12 works. Dusk and Waddle, you start to notice these vines wrapping around your feet. Velvet does not notice as the
Uh-oh.
vine quickly wraps up his leg and constricts.
Oh no!
Is that what I just rolled? Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh no.
Oh
Yep.
no!
Oh no!
Dang.
2, 5. So Velvet, you take 5 damage, and it
Ow.
pulls you to the ground. You are grappled.
Dick first.
Crap.
No, sir.
Dang.
Not true. Grappled, your speed is 0. So you can still attack and cast stuff. You just can't move, as this vine has ripped out of the ground and
Okay.
has you. We're not gonna. I don't want to bother rolling initiative. So we'll let you 3 go, and then it'll go in whatever order you guys see fit.
Well, someone help me.
Yeah,
yeah, so-
I think.
Let's get in there.
What?
I said, let's get in there and start cutting at the vines.
Yeah, I whip out my longsword, and I start kind of swishing them and hacking at the vines at my feet to get them away from me. I want to run up to Velvet and just like big downward swipe down at the vine, like just below his legs, like where it's, to,
Yeah.
like, cut him off of it.
All right. Roll me an attack, because you're gonna try and swipe at this and not hit your friend.
Right.
Oh, what?
Ooh, that is a 20, baby.
You rolled a 20.
Yep.
Perfect. So your damage dice, you roll twice and then add your modifiers.
Okay, that's a 8. Wait, right? With a longsword,
I think it's a D8.
damage type D8. Yeah.
So roll it twice and then add.
Yes, 8 and 8 again. Holy shit.
And then do you have
Plus-
modifiers?
Which modifier again? Strength? or-
Yeah, strength. The modifier you use to attack is the modifier you add to damage with ranged
okay.
and strength weapons.
Yeah, that's no modifier on strength, so 16 damage.
16. Nice. So you reach down, you start hacking away at this plant, really, really chipping away. Velvet, I feel like you're pretty nervous because you feel when that blade hits into the vine, you kind of feel those reverberations, and you just keep like, oh, not my shin bone, not my shin bone, not my shin bone.
I'm a very attack.
Waddle
Well,
or Velvet? Oh, what's up?
Remember, I pulled it off. I swiped down at the vines, like right below his feet.
Yeah.
So
But he's still got that, it's like when you're holding a nail for somebody hammering.
right, exactly.
Don't
exactly.
miss, don't miss. Waddle or Velvet? Who would like to go next?
Does
So
it take a turn to pull out a sword?
You're good.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and try to cut away whatever vines are left after Dusk devastatingly slaughtered them.
Well, he hammered into it, but it's a lot of vine. So as he's like hacking into it, it looks like it bleeds sap and winces as if it's alive. And so you
maybe I look for, like-
you see it continuing to constrict on Velvet. You're almost jealous.
Want a piece of the action. Can I use like my wilderness survival or whatever and like actually look for the source of the vines? Would that be a waste?
I will let you make a survival check, and if you succeed, you can give advantage to somebody attacking it.
Okay, cool. Let's see. So 7 plus 4 would be
11.
good old number 11.
Why? Tell me.
That's 2 1.
So tell me, Waddles, why do you know so much about survival?
Let me-
Why do you think your character?
I was born in the dark.
Oh, I think he's had a nomadic lifestyle. I think,
Oh, that's right. He's like kung fu, right? He's a wanderer.
yeah. He's a wandering journeyman.
Okay. All right. So you remember seeing these vines once before, something similar to it, and you point out there's an area towards the base. There's like a root of it that you're able to distinguish. Somebody could probably do a lot more damage if they targeted that. So the next person to attack using Waddle's advice will have advantage against this vine that is pulling your friend to the ground.
Well, that sounds like me, Velvet. Is it my turn next?
It is
right?
your turn, Velvet.
Grappled.
Well then, hi diddly dang. Let's set it on fire. Let's throw a firebolt at it.
You're gonna light another forest on fire?
Start another forest fire.
Only Velvet can start forest fires.
Uh-oh.
You're casting what? Fireball?
Firebolt.
Hold on, let me look. You hurl a mote of fire.
Can he do that while he's grappled?
Yeah, so grapple just means you have no movement.
Okay.
You can still
And I can still
do
live
stuff.
my life.
Yeah, and he's casting a spell, so he's using
Alright.
incantations.
Just curious, not trying to sabotage your move.
No, it's all.
No.
We all learn, right? Like when there's questions like that. Yeah.
Like a family.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds like it's
I
magic.
got, so I roll, right?
Yes, sir.
I have a 16.
Perfect. So you.
Nice.
So normally it's like a bolt of fire you throw, but I like to imagine maybe you summon this bolt and grab it with your hand and kind of start
Nice.
chipping away. Roll me a D10.
A D10.
I imagine that you
I
created
rolled
the
a
bolt.
10.
What'd you say?
You told me to roll a D10, right?
Yeah, you rolled a 10.
I rolled a 10.
Hot damn, dude! You guys are doing maximum damage.
Oh, okay.
You guys are full of
I'm
shit.
imagining that like you created the bolt, you grabbed it, and right before you threw it, you just like looked at it with this deep wonder in your eye for just like a second.
Yeah.
Right before you throw it.
And I mutter under my breath, sizzling baby back ribs are back. Oh, God.
All right.
Okay.
So
That's what I thought to help to say, guys.
you stab into the vine, and it winces. It emits almost a shrill. Right, if plants had vocal cords, you'd hear it scream. And the moss on the vine that's constricting you starts to ignite.
Yeah.
So now you are grappled by a flaming vine,
Oh, no.
and it is the vine's turn.
You made it worse.
Cool, right?
Uh,
Pretty badass, so
Yeah.
then that's all that matters.
Badass way to burn alive.
So
Yeah,
you
I'm
see
down.
the ground around it start to wriggle and come alive. So the 15 feet area around Velvet is now difficult. Are you okay?
What?
It sounded like somebody fell downstairs.
Oh no, I just moved some stuff on my table.
Okay. The 15 feet square around Velvet is now difficult terrain, which means it takes 2 squares to move through instead of 1.
Oh.
And I would like each of you, not Velvet, the other 2, to make me a strength check as you feel smaller vines try to grab your feet.
Okay.
Strength checks.
I rolled 16 plus 1, 17.
Yeah, I paused the audio. I'm getting some weird feedback.
Yeah, I was getting some feedback.
That's a 19 plus 0, but 19.
Excellent. So you guys are able to shimmy off these feeling vines that are trying to grapple you down.
They have feelings?
Feelers.
Feelings.
It might have feelings.
Once more with feeling.
Velvet. I'm sorry. Dusk. You are up.
I'm going to. Well, I mean, okay, I'm still hacking away at these vines. I don't know that there's much really else way at it.
You remember Waddle's notes, and you will get advantage hacking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'd like to continue attacking using Waddle's notes. I don't have strength. I am fire resistant, so like I feel like since I see it catch fire and approach, it starts to kind of creep up towards where Velvet is. I want to like try. Maybe I just like. I want to like maybe try and just like rip it apart with my hands. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. Unarmed. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do an unarmed strike, and try and just like at the place where the fire is slowly, where it's creeping up.
Cool.
To try and stop it from getting to Velvet. So.
Roll that D20 twice and take the highest of the 2 rolls.
Oh, sweet. Okay. First roll is a 12. Second roll is a 20, baby.
Is it really again?
Yes, it is.
Unbelievable. All right, so Dusk, like made for this moment, reaches into these flaming vines and rips them off Velvet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chunks of flaming vine kind of hit the surrounding area and start to smolder in the wet grass. And Velvet is no longer grappled.
I imagine Dust just takes like a big flaming, like goopy, sappy bite out of a vine.
Yeah.
Just like
barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. Oh my baby back ribs.
It's the title of his next album.
Perfect.
All right. So you guys were like, anyway, we were discussing where to go.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
done. You've dealt with it. The problem crisis over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to you guys. I want to get the hell out of the forest jungle. Let's get up to the volcano.
It looks like we're okay, so we're closer here. I feel like we could keep walking through the forest, or we could go down to this clearing where there's like a lake and then go through, like go around the trees.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we'll make a U shape rather than going straight. Do you want to do that, or do you want to just cut through the tree and climb up the mountain?
No, I'm down for that. I think that's actually a good idea.
So you guys want to head south towards this river basin clearing and then head west towards the volcano.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm good with that. I feel like Gandalf.
What do your elf eyes see?
Yeah. Forced to head to the mountains.
No. I'm getting that feedback. Nothing
Yeah.
works ever. I'm sorry.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're doing it. You're dungeon mastering.
Yeah.
You're the dungeon master.
Alrighty. Alright, so you guys will start to head south again into the thick foliage. We will have... Who is... The survivalist is Waddle.
Waddle.
Alright, Master Wanderer. Roll me that survival check.
It's a 15 plus... No, I'm sorry. It's a 13 plus 4. 17.
17.
Perfect. Alright, you travel for another few hours pretty uneventfully. Until...
What are you giggling about?
There's something I want to do. I'll do it when we're stopped again.
What would you...
What?
What do you got in mind?
I'm thinking about that roar that happened.
Mhm.
Like when we first arrived, I'm kind of like worried that maybe we might stumble across like a nest of like a giant creature, or like a weird roaring thing. So I wanted to maybe like test the ground for vibration via Jurassic Park style with like, you know, still water. To see, you know, because it might not be roaring. It may be that, like, you know.
Are you
like,
Jeff Goldblum in this situation?
He's granting.
I think I'm Goldbluming right now.
Goldbluming.
And we need to we just need to we need to go some look, we need to figure out whether there's microscopic vibrations in the ground to figure out whether these creatures are close to us, or perhaps they're further away than we imagine. So
I could just pour some of that water I boiled into the ground, and just watch it.
Here, just pour it into this massive lizard footprint that, and we'll see if the water ripples.
You pour it on the ground, it's just going to absorb into the ground.
Right, I boiled this water.
Do you want to feel vibrations on the ground? Pixar didn't happen.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even see we had messages. What's up, Unicron? All right. So you get
on the ground.
a little vial and you set it on the ground and look. And sure enough, after a minute, you see a slight ripple in it.
Oh no. I think this thing is slowly hunting us, guys.
It could be the volcano.
You could tell from just that. You could tell.
It's probably the volcano.
I mean, should we be concerned? Are you sure?
I don't know. I mean,
It's starting to shimmy a little more.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think we should keep
going.
walking for sure. We should keep going.
It's not a heavy ripple. It's not like heavy footfalls.
Okay. It's like it's just kind of ambling along.
Something, yeah.
Okay.
There's something. So, yeah, okay. Let's book it. Keep moving.
But what if it's
All
Taurus?
right. Let's keep moving, but you know, at a decent pace so we can see what we're approaching.
Okay. Waddle's gonna tumble his way.
Well,
just tumble through the forest.
the whole way there.
Yep. It's gonna roll like a stone.
That's right.
That's your natural movement, right? Like tumbling.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think there's any walking involved. I think I just cartwheel everywhere.
Yeah. He's a little gymnastic tumbling
Like a little chimpanzee.
in a unitard.
No, yeah, all right.
Oh, where is this? I need to. Oh. All right. All right, so you're gonna continue in the direction you were heading.
Yep.
What time is it? It's 8:40. Okay. You notice it's one of those, you guys are kind of shambling along, you walk in, bugs keep landing in the sweat on your arms. And then you notice like a cloud cover, right? Like a sudden cloud cover, and then it's gone. And then another cloud cover. And it's like the third one, you notice the pattern, and all three of you look up and see these flying creatures,
Oh no.
20-foot wingspans, these weird beaks and long pointy heads,
Shoot.
kind of swooping over the woods. And you notice in the mouth of one of them, dangling, is an armored dwarf.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
As you see it fly in the direction that your party was heading.
My
I
sweet
wonder what the
gentle
chances
Taurus
are there's
never
another
can be
dwarf here.
him.
So we saw winged creatures.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to describe it to you. 20-foot wingspans. They're beaked, but they've also got points to the back of their heads. They're very graceful flyers. They're not dragons, but boy, they look like they could be related to dragons.
Oh dang. Should we follow them?
We have
We
to
should-
follow them. They
we
might
should
have
follow
for it. We have somebody.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, we definitely need to follow them. Or, you know,
We should probably be like sprinting at this point.
So you guys, upon seeing this, bust into kind of a full sprint. You feel like this is something like, what are the odds there were two dwarves here? You notice another one of the flyers has somebody in their hands, in their claws, their feet, flying in the same direction. So you start
Someone
to, a cloaked figure, it looks like.
Cool.
So they're flying south, and you guys start to run as fast as you can through this thicket. There's lots of vines and heavy shrubs, and it's not easy going. You cut and scratch, all sorts of thorns and insects sting and bite, and the sweat starts to really find its way into those little cuts. But you make it to where you need. I need to get another thing right here. Sorry, I'm not as prepared today as I like to be.
Well, you kind of just move. We'll allow it.
Yeah, I've been kind of just moved for a while. I just had a lot of wake today. Let's see. Let's make this interesting.
Dusk, are you still mad at me?
what?
Okay.
No. What would I be mad about again?
Nothing. Nothing. We don't have to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All good, gang. All good.
I'm wondering if he went back and got that sword.
Who went back and got what sword?
Frog Slayer?
Yeah.
Frog
No,
Slayer.
it was thrown into the water.
Just
You
kind of
don't
in the
have it
middle.
anymore?
No, man, Frog Slayer's come and gone. Easy come, easy go.
Oh my god.
That's a circle of life.
Beautiful.
For a sword.
All right, here I got.
I could name my longsword Vine Destroyer,
Vine Ripper,
Vine Ripper.
but you used your
Vine
hands
Slayer.
though.
Vine-
Right.
Vine
Is
Slayer.
that what you're going to
Oh,
call your
that's true.
hands from now on?
You're right. I did use my hands.
Those weapons. Those weapons of grass destruction. That's why you folks tune in.
That's right.
Give them what they want, baby.
Just a reminder of why people watch.
That was
Every,
Quality
very fun.
entertainment right here.
every Wednesday at 7 Central. All right, so you guys are tracking it down, and so we kind of rolled all this as we went, so it's like a custom adventure. And you come across, there's an opening, what's the word I'm looking for? A clearing with an outcropping. And you see these winged creatures circling around what looks to be a nest. And inside the nest seems to be two humanoid creatures.
Well, get in there.
Alright, so we're going to put you guys... Oops. Not do that. Let's not do that. Alright, you guys are at the base of an outcropping. It's kind of a steep climb up.
Didn't one of us have a climbing potion?
Oh,
What?
does somebody?
I don't think so.
You can check your character sheet. If somebody does, it'd be...
It was
Did somebody have what?
a climbing potion?
I don't remember anything like
I don't
that
think so.
written down.
I think maybe we already used it.
Maybe.
I do not remember. Oh no, I deleted the one thing I meant not to delete because I'm unbelievable. Oh wait, maybe. Oh, this will work. All right, there seem to be two unconscious figures. God damn.
God damn it.
You notice
Yeah, every time.
one of these
How's
flying
that going?
creatures drops. They drop off the humanoid figures into what looks like a nest up at the top of the upcropping. The dwarf and the cloaked figure.
Oh, God.
And they're just kind of circling.
Whoa.
So,
So worst comes to worst, if we get caught, they're gonna put us in the nest, right?
it's a very, very clever observation. All right. So we will put you guys here. They do not seem to notice you as they are circling the nest with what you're assuming might be your friend.
That's definitely what his icon seems to indicate.
How do we want to handle this? Do we just make them come pick us up like fancy Ubers?
Like so much Frodo and Sam.
I mean, we could start climbing if they catch us. I mean, they'll either tear our faces off or they'll put us in the nest.
Well, why don't you start climbing? And if you make it, to the nest,
I'll wave back at you and guys yell at you. Be like,
yell
come
back
on up.
at us.
Yeah.
Come on up. I got a +3 to stealth. Can I sneak the fuck up there?
Yeah, roll me a stealth check and add +3 to it. Is anybody else hiding, or are you guys...
I'm gonna hang out behind a bush.
All right. All of you make
Yeah,
me
I'm definitely-
make me a
I'm
stealth check.
Stealth check.
It's going to be your dexterity modifier, and if you're proficient in it, you get a +2 on top of that.
Okay.
I got a 12 plus 3.
All right.
I have a 6 plus no modifier.
15. Velvet got a 6. Dusk, what is your stealth?
You said it's whatever I roll plus my dexterity modifier.
Yeah, if you're not proficient in it, then it's just your dexterity modifier.
I mean, in my skills, I have +2 stealth. So, but I also have +3 as my dexterity mod. And I rolled a 10, so is that a 13?
If there's +2 in there, that makes it sound like you've got proficiency in it.
Okay.
I think. I'll put both. So it's against their rolls. All right. So you guys rolled that stealth check. That is your number when they are searching. That is the number they have to roll to beat to see you. Velvet at a 6, Dusk at a 12, Waddle at a 15.
Radical.
All right. So who is going to climb?
I'm gonna jump up there. I'm gonna climb up there. But before I go, like maybe you guys, like, if you see me get into danger or something, like I don't know, fireball them.
I'll yell real loud.
Yeah. Cause a distraction. Wait, that actually might get you guys killed.
Yeah, why not? If I see them going after you, I'm gonna run the nest.
That's a good point. Yeah, let's all just break into a sprint.
I could swat at him with my giant mage hand
I mean, is it really giant?
if I want it to be.
I don't know. No, I think it's your second level. I love the spirit. You could create an illusion of a giant hand
Okay.
and then use your regular hand to actually manipulate stuff if they're not both concentration checks.
Okay.
There's ways to make stuff work.
I like that.
But so if you see that little rocky outcropping they're on, that's going to require a climb check to get up there to get to them.
Climb check.
All right, I'm ready.
I don't see climbing on a.
It would be an athletics check. What's that, bud?
I'm curious what the intelligence of these creatures. Could we distract them with, like, could I use like whatever the fuck this
Thaumaturgy?
thaumaturgy, yeah, and like make a booming voice to scare it or something. You know what I mean?
If you had a knowledge animals, right, you could make a check.
I don't.
You can make an attempt to just, you're not trained in it.
Yeah, I'll wait to move up before I try and do anything.
Cool.
That's a good idea.
All right, so who's going to go in what order? Not that it matters, but just for... Waddle wants to go first?
Waddle should go first. And we're going to watch his back.
All right.
Does my... So this is going to be climbing, not walking, right?
Well, so you can walk around. I'll move your character in the walkable spaces. But up here, to get up into here will be a climb check.
Okay.
But like the rocks in the picture are all obstacles. Right?
Yeah, you can climb the rocks with the climb check, but you can move through the open space.
Okay.
And we're just kind of theater of minding it,
Yeah.
Theater of the mind.
All right, Waddles. So you rolled a 15 for your stealth check.
Because I'm a stealthy little bugger.
All right, you make your way to this little outcropping, and you do not feel like they have noticed you.
I'm like the Caucasian nightcrawler.
The albino nightcrawler. I imagine you look real pale. All right, yeah. So it's no problem to you. You feel very at home, kind of tumbling off rocks and off of trees and branches. Dusk and Velvet, you see him clear this little area with ease. The creatures do not seem to make notice.
Okay.
Get up there.
I guess I'll follow and climb up it with you. What do I roll?
I've got your stealth check right here.
Okay.
You kind of shimmy up behind your bud, and
Who's him?
they do not seem to notice you.
Woohoo!
Dusk, that's 2 of your party.
Yep.
Wait, you snuck up behind me?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm going to take the other approach. I'm going to go around the big rock. If it's possible, I'd like to try and end up in that bush between those 2 rocks.
Here?
Yeah, hiding right there.
All right.
Hopefully still in a vantage point of the nest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got a better view on it than your friends. That does look like Torin and the cloaked guy with one eye that you saw at the ritual site from which you were teleported.
Awesome. It's both.
It's underwear guy.
Yes. No longer in underwear, but yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's
how I'm
how
going to think of him.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
All right. Waddle. You are up.
I'm going to keep waddling up there.
Look your way up there.
So because there's a chance of failure, let's see. Let's have them roll. That's what I'll do. Let's bring up my book. Waddle has a 15 for that stealth check.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. This might be close. I gotta see what bonus they get on it.
Dang it.
They have very keen eyes.
Me and Velvet are just 2 birds in the bush.
Right.
That old tale.
Yep.
Oh, it does not seem to notice you.
Oh, good. We just kind of held our breath and just kind of let out a sigh. Relief.
We're secrets.
Oh, boy.
All right, Dusk. Are you gonna or Waddle? Waddle, it's Waddle. I'm sorry. Velvet. I mean.
Velvet.
Jeez. I've got the initiative written down from previously, and I just wrote your stealths down to what I already had. So, Velvet, would you like to follow?
I'm going to follow Waddle because I'm oblivious that he wants to go off on his own because I think we're best friends and he just enjoys spending extra time with me. So I'm going to follow him.
He's just like a little lost puppy. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, boy.
One time I ate
cracking
a
on.
box of crayons and I didn't poop for 3 days. Poop randomly.
Just like all the twigs snapping in the back.
Oh boy. Yeah, it saw Velvet.
Velvet moves the twig out of the way and he lets it go and he goes like knocks some leaves on the ground.
So it starts to circle Velvet.
Crackers.
Dusk.
Oh, crack.
You notice one of them change its pattern and seems to be circling something in the direction your friends ran off.
Okay, well, I know that Waddle is with Velvet.
I knew it.
I'm gonna keep going towards the nest. if possible, I'd like to just kind of like use the opportunity that I have right now to maybe like dash towards it. And do I have to hide there? Or is that my only action? Or should
Yeah,
I try to climb it?
I will let you run, like double move, but you have to roll a new stealth check because you
Okay.
kind of ran out of hiding and darted across. So yeah, Waddle and
Okay.
Velvet see you kind of peek away, taking advantage of this thing's.
Okay, here's my new stealth check. Oh shit. I rolled a 7 plus 3. That's a 10.
10. All right. All right. We will see on your. Oh, is it their turn? Yep. All right. Let's see.
Here comes a hurt.
It does not seem to notice Dusk's new spot.
Yay.
But
What?
this
How is he
this
stealthier than we are? Oh, that's right, Velvet.
this one's gonna dive down at Velvet.
Oh no.
It's just sort of dives, right? It's circling and then it pulls its wings and just starts to fall at you so quick, Velvet.
Oh gosh.
And you see this beaked mouth open and you see these rows of sharp teeth, and it peeks at you and just misses you through the branches. This thing is
boy.
it's massive. Its head, right, is beaked with this point, and you feel like its head's maybe the size of you.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
It
I think you can take
bites and misses and swoops back up into the air, and it does not provoke attacks of opportunity because it has an ability called Flyby.
Oh.
Making it top of the order, Waddles. So you just saw this massive creature dive down and make an attempt on your friend's life unsuccessfully.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Yep. I think I'm gonna fuck off and just run up to the nest up there.
All right, you get to it. You do not really have any place to hide on this side.
See that.
You can start to climb and get a little bit of the way up, but it's going to take your whole next round to get to the top of it. Or you can try to dart over into one of the bushes and roll me another stealth check.
Yeah, no, I'll start the climb.
All right.
I knew
Let's
you'd
do it.
do that.
Start the
I knew you'd do it.
climb.
Start the climb. Did I
Velvet.
roll for that?
Yeah, make me an athletics or acrobatics check. Because I could see you parkouring up the wall.
Athletically, I'm at a 1. Or what was the other one?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatically, I'm at a +5. So guess which one I'm gonna do?
Athletics.
Oh, it's 18.
All right, so you shimmy up the wall like one of those professional climbers. Like it's Monday at main event. And yeah, you start to make your way up. Velvet, you felt like that was super close. You could continue moving. You could try to roll a new stealth check. Here, what would you like to do?
I can roll a stealth check, and that would kind of like hide me again.
You can make the attempt, yeah. You can stay here and hide. You can try to run and hide.
Can
I
follow
was-
Waddle.
I was gonna ask for my minor illusions. When you said I could make an image, how big can I get? Can I?
That's a good idea.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking of making an image of a bird like their size to try to sort of intimidate them and throw them off, maybe scare them away.
Let us look at minor image.
Minor image.
Or minor illusion?
Yes.
It's no larger than a 5-foot cube.
Okay, because then my next strategy was to maybe make up like a boar or something to get their attention and distract them.
Yeah,
Just make an image.
you can create a sound if you'd like, but the size of the image is like a small chest or a barrel, but not massive, massive.
Right. Okay.
What other spells
Is
do
it
you have?
wizard sized?
Huh?
Yeah, it would be wizard sized.
Wait, say that again. I didn't hear you.
Like, I'm just speculating.
Speculate.
No, no, it's my idea. You come up with, you do you.
Were you were you okay?
I'm just saying, if I had magic powers,
Did
I
you?
don't.
He asked if you could also make a wizard sized illusion.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Yeah, I could do a duplicate. That could get weird. That could be fun.
Tell me about
Brian,
it.
Is that something I can do?
Yeah, absolutely. Would you like to? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make a wizard me.
All right. So you gather your energy, do your little incantation, and create a minor illusion of yourself.
Okay.
Where would you like to put that illusion of yourself? Thank you, Mr. Bubba.
I would like to put it in between where me and Waddle are, kind of off to the side.
Okay.
To sort of draw those other two away.
It's a great idea. I
very-
love that. I'm glad we got there together.
We did that. Thank you.
Would you like to make another stealth check? Just to be.
I could do that.
Yeah.
No, that
I got a 17.
All right.
Whoa.
That's much better. All right.
velvet.
Woo!
I like that you made the double icon.
Yeah.
There's a way to make it more transparent. There's so much stuff I can do. It's not the most optimal with the software. That's why I keep getting the audio issues. But if I can find another way to keep doing it like this, I'm pretty happy with it.
I wonder if you can even use like Discord and call in as a player.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then use the computer for the overlay, but like use your phone or something as a.
Yeah, like I said, I want to get a second machine for streaming in the near future. So, all right, dope. So that was Velvet's turn, making it Dusk's turn. If you want to make me an athletics check to climb the face of the rock.
Any chance I could make an acrobatics check instead?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, you guys took parkour lessons. That was my.
I have a +2 in acrobatics and a +1 in athletics.
Oh, I forgot to use the fire when we set the fire to the
Oh,
barn.
no.
Dang it.
I'm on fire. Oh god, I'm okay.
Nice. I got an 18 +2, so 20.
Awesome. All right, so you will spend your round finding secure footholds and shimmy your way up to the nest where Torin and the cloaked figure await. That makes it their turn. So both of you have come out of hiding to climb the cliff face, putting yourself in direct view of the winged creatures. So they all start to dive down at these intruders on their nest. So we will start at the top with Velvet as one of them dives down. 9 plus 3 is a 14. And you have an armor class of 12, Dusk?
Correct.
All right. So this beaked, toothed gnaw chomps down at the back of your leg.
Shit.
And
Oh shit!
Crunch.
Chomp chomp, chomp chomp.
it does 4 points of damage.
just took a little nibble.
Waddle. You get to witness firsthand the attack. This one swoops down at you and rolled a 1. So it bites at a rock face next to you and misses, and sort of disorients itself. I'm going to give this one disadvantage on its next attacks. And the third one that attacked Velvet last round sees the illusion appear and dive bombs at it. The illusion, I believe, dissipates because it has been interacted with.
Oh no.
I think.
Worth it though.
Or it might be just this one does not believe in it anymore.
Oh, bye, little buddy.
Mr. Bobo, they're custom tokens. Everybody's been providing me their art. And then also Mr. Hastings, our friend, is providing some tokens. Not these, but other ones. Yeah, I need to look at that minor illusion. But your trick worked. Excellent. I love it. Taking it to the top of the order, Waddle, you were able to make it to the top of the nest.
Sweet.
You see the unconscious bodies of your friend,
they're no
Torin.
help.
Are they what?
I said, oh no, they're no help.
Yeah, they are passed out. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm going to lay down and play dead.
All right, make me a charisma check.
Awesome.
Charisma.
D20.
Oh, I have
Acting chops for days, baby.
no charisma, so it's going to be whatever I roll.
Yep.
Oh no, what is it? 11.
All right. So it will make a check against you when one comes to you. Making it Velvet's turn.
I kind of just want to hang back and sort of keep the other birds from attacking them. So can I cast another minor illusion?
What would you like to do this time? Let me see. Wait,
I
is
was
this
thinking of just doing it myself again and just keep distracting them with the same guy. Maybe have him lift his robes and show him he's not wearing any underwear, shaking his bum at him, taunting them.
Okay. All right. So because the one that interacted with it saw nothing happened, it is no longer fooled by that illusion.
Dang it! That doesn't seem right.
Are you casting a different instance of it?
Yeah, cast Waddle. Cast a version of Waddle.
You've committed one of the greatest blunders.
Yes. Just tumbling around doing tumbling gymnastics in front of them.
Where do you want the copy to be?
Can I set it for even further away from me, like between them, away from me towards the left? Is that too far? Yeah, perfect.
All right. Oh, Waddle doesn't see it.
You turned it into Waddle.
All right. I love it. Dusk, you make it to the top of the nest. You see Waddles pretending to be dead. You see Torin knocked out, and the cloaked one-eyed man also knocked out in this nest. There also appear to be a couple of large eggs.
Oh.
A couple of large eggs. Okay.
That's some good eating.
Is this creature diving at me or no?
It dove at you on its turn. It seems to still have you in sight, but it is not its turn to react.
Okay. Honestly, the last person I interacted with was the one-eyed guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna run up to him and can I kind of grab? Am I strong enough to kind of grab both of them, or maybe like get kind of close to, maybe like huddle them together?
You want to push? You could probably push the hooded guy onto him. You can't like pick both of them up. I don't think. What's
Yeah, let me just kind of push the hooded guy over towards where Torn looks like he's closer to the edge of the nest, like
Okay.
we could escape that way. So let me just push him up that ways.
all right?
You want to roll them out of the nest?
I mean, I want to
Unconscious?
try and maybe, now that I've pushed him close to Torn, maybe I can try and shake him awake.
It's wake and shake.
It's wake and shake time. Is there a song I could sing?
Yeah. Do you have something barred?
Beard.
Can I? Let's see. Like, I know that dwarfs are like short-tempered, so maybe I could, if he's having trouble waking up, maybe I could just cast vicious mockery on him and just like, you stupid short dwarf, like wake the hell up right now, otherwise your dumb little arms are gonna get chomped to little bits by these dumb little creatures. I don't know. So I'm just like trying to insult him awake, basically, and slap him around a little bit.
So yeah, you get into this rage and start berating your dwarf friend. You're slapping him around, and you start to hear crying, and realize the one-eyed guy's woken up, and he's like, "Hey, leave him alone."
It's not his fault.
Oh, it works on him too. That's so funny. Oh yeah, because it's a ranged action. Oh, that's so funny. All right. Can I still talk to this guy, or is that
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, stupid! Like, you fucking dummy! You brought us here. Where the hell are we?
That does damage to him.
Oh no!
Oh no! I didn't want to viciously mock the guy. He's already crying.
Oh, you're
Can
just
I keep
mocking.
talking?
You not viciously mocking him. You're just mocking him viciously.
I just want to talk to him.
But call him
also
names.
call him a stupid idiot while I talk.
You did a +4 damage to his self-esteem.
you filthy worm! Tell me why you brought us to this awful hot jungle.
I didn't bring us here. He brought us here. His will is the way.
Who? William Wisp? This guy?
And you say that name, and his eyes widen upon hearing that.
You know what? It's okay if you want to push him out of the nest.
Well, now it is the creature's turn. So you say that, and you kind of look behind him as you see the creature swooping down. And misses. The air pressure generated by the wingspan of this creature pushes the guy's cloak or his hood back up on his head as it sweeps down over you and misses with its attack. 2 and 3.
Man, we've been getting lucky with these birds.
The ones at the bottom left, both fooled by this illusion of waddle, swoop down and realize it is not real.
They thought I was down there.
And they take notice. They seem frustrated. They're not smart creatures, but they're not stupid creatures. And they seem to take notice that something's happening in the nest, and you're not sure your bit would work if you tried it a third time. But it's a very wonderful thing you did. So Dusk. Oh wait, didn't Dusk just go?
Yes. It's Waddle's
Waddle's turn.
Wait, no.
It was
You
going.
just-
We were going Waddle.
I think it's Velvet's. No,
Waddle, Velvet, Dusk.
Okay.
Waddle.
it's Waddle's turn.
Shoot, dude. So we got Torn still unconscious, Dusk is in the nest, and the
The
Eyeball
creature
guy.
just attacked us, but missed.
eyeball guy's got a his hood up.
It was the visual of the wind generated
Okay,
by the
okay.
wingspan kind of blowing it up. But yeah, his
Gotcha.
hood is up.
Gotcha. You know what? I'm good. I'm gonna keep playing dead, I think.
All right. I like you lean up, you
Isn't-
open one eye, you scope around, and then close it again.
Isn't Waddle also in range of being hit by my vicious mockery?
I think it's you target a specific amount of creatures. Yeah, it's supposed to be at a creature.
At a creature you
yeah.
can see within range.
I was
Okay, yeah.
I was just kind of having some fun with it.
No, I like
It
that.
leaked
I
over
like
because
that.
Torn was asleep.
I appreciate that. That was cool.
I like doing things cinematically and not always exactly as the game says because it's more fun that way.
Follow your.
Yeah. Loosen up.
All right. Yeah, so Waddle looks up, scans the area, realizes he's no bueno, and pretends to be asleep again. Velvet, like I said, you get the impression that that trick won't work again, but you've seen both your buddies make it up into the nest.
Right. I feel like I need to keep trying to either keep these birds distracted. I don't know if I can beat them on my own. I've got my handy firebolt. I don't know if I should fire it at the bird or maybe fire it at the tree next to the bird to frighten him. Because animals don't like fire, right? That's scary.
Yeah.
You love setting forests on fire.
I think this might be my passion. This might be my calling.
Well, so if that's your passion, you would go into the school of evocation.
Oh,
Remember we were talking about that?
Pyromancer.
yeah. And tell me again what that is.
Evocation is like channeling energies, so like fire and ice and lightning and being like that kind of wizard.
Pyromancer.
I'm feeling like this might be my calling.
Yeah.
I actually know who I am now.
I can dig
Interesting.
that.
I think that I would like to. Well, I mean, I have like a crossbow and a sling too, but I just don't see it doing much, considering how big these birds are.
Oh, you know what's neat? So if just looking at the second level, if you went to evocation, beginning at second level, you create pockets of relative safety within the effects of your spells. When you cast a spell that affects other creatures you can see, you choose a number of them equal to 1 plus your spell level. The chosen creatures automatically succeed on their saving throws. So if you were going to hit an area with a big bolt of fire or ice, you could do it and then say, okay, Waddle doesn't take any of that damage.
Oh, okay.
So it's like sculpting
you
where
have-
your spells hit instead of
Just
just doing... It'll be...
I could throw a big fireball just like right around me, and it would.
It's a bubble.
yeah.
It's a bubble, but the person's inside of it.
At 6th level, your damaging cantrips affect
It's a bubble
creatures.
button.
So when people make saves on your spells, if they succeed, they only take half damage. At 6th level, they'll take the full damage even if they succeed.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And
That
then
hoits.
at 14th level, you can increase the power of your spells. So be something to think about.
Okay.
But we don't have to do
Yeah. In the meantime, I think I want to throw a fireball. Maybe I don't want to freeze too much. Maybe just throw it at him. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Screw it. Throw a firebolt in his face.
All right. Roll me that
Which
range.
which one?
Okay, I rolled a 17 again.
Nice. I'm assuming you're attacking the one closest to you, right?
Correct.
Oh, 17 is very good, and it hits. So you get to
Kaboom.
roll me that flaming damage.
Pop, pop.
Do you have the damage for me, bud?
Say it again.
You have to roll damage for me now.
Okay, is that the 10 die?
Let's see. Let's open it back up for you. Firebolt. Yeah. 1d10.
Okay. For damage of 9.
Nice. You hit it and you see its the wings start to catch on fire.
Whoa.
Yes.
Very Godzilla. And is it Rodan?
Yeah, Rodan is the fire one.
Man, they started working on Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I loved that Kong movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
I even like the new Godzilla.
I did too.
It was really fun.
It was. I felt like in awe at the scope of the creatures, and then all the scientists were so like, "Here's the delivery of the science." Oh, it was beautiful.
Yep.
So you guys in the nest see a bolt of fire erupt from the trees and scorch and catch one of these creatures, making it Dusk's turn.
Oh, goodness. Wait, you said a bolt of fire?
Yeah,
It's one of the creatures.
and starts to scorch its wings, coming down from the area that you knew Velvet was in.
Okay. I'm gonna yell at Waddle to wake the fuck up and help me. Or wake the hell up and help me, you little chimpanzee creature. I guess I'm still trying to shake Torin awake. Yeah.
So you shake Torin, and Torin's eyes open up.
Okay.
But you're not sure if it was because you shook him or the sound that erupts from the woods around you.
Should have been checking for vibration.
The flying creatures seem to perk up at this sound and start to fly off.
Whoa.
Bye.
Damn it! I wanted to catch one.
You you kind of feel that calm before the storm, and like, okay, good, those things are gone. What made them leave? Laying on the floor of this nest, Dusk, you feel that vibration you were looking for. The eggs in the nest start to shimmy a little bit. Branches from the nest start to shake out a little bit as the footfalls get heavier and closer. You start to hear the crunch and snap of branches getting louder as something approaches in the jungle.
I grab an egg.
And that's where we'll call the adventure for tonight.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Hopefully Torin will be here for the next one.
Are we about to fight a dragon? Possibly a T-Rex?
Spoilers.
It does not... You've heard the sounds of dragons. This does not sound like a dragon.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, that's where we'll call it for tonight. Party, we'll all hang out and chat afterwards, but I'm going to sign the stream off. So I want to say, everybody, thank you for playing tonight. Thanks everybody for watching our game. We play here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, the AXE and Arcana. Hit the subscribe button. Check back tomorrow, Thursdays. We play Rocket League with the Volcano Gaming Club. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, so thanks everybody for coming by, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Night. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors.
Stop and think about the things you do, the things you say, 'cause we gon' bring it to you each and every day. Don't play around, clown, we'll put you down. The warriors are here, we came to chase the haters away. We throw down for our brothers, down for our mothers and their sons and